All right, folks, welcome to the Short Vol Show, the only show for those of you who are short vol. And this is not obviously a great time to be short volatility at all. In fact, I know a lot of people are licking their wounds. It was a rough day for a lot of people out there, I recognize. And so I'm going to try my best to just cheer you up a little bit here. We are in backwardation. It's been a tough couple months for the short vol trade. And although there is a vocal group out there who have made money this week and the last couple weeks, the majority of people are basically sucking wind here. And I know that because I have a poll which I put up, and you know, the vast majority of people are long-term short vol. And if you're looking at a program called the Short Vol Show, that is a highly likely possibility. So I'm here to cheer you up a little bit. The good news is that the short vol trade will be back. Vol is at a higher and higher level, and so it will go down from here. We're not on the lows. We will go back into contango at some point. Markets historically are in contango about 4 times for every 1 time they're in backwardation. So it's just kind of waiting out things here, being patient, but we will be back. Now, compare that, of course, to the Bitcoin crowd, who I want to talk about for a second here. It turns out that a ton of YouTubers are crypto YouTubers, and you know, I looked recently at the majority of my subscribers are not real hardcore like YouTube, like they don't follow like the trends on YouTube. Most people are following YouTube to check out something to learn more about their finances. They're not following like Logan Paul or say Keemstar or any of these people as much as just coming on to learn a little bit about volatility. And I appreciate you being there. I did check out my subscriber list, and a lot of y'all have come on just to check out this show, and I really appreciate that. But let me explain to you a little bit about what's been going on YouTube lately. With the advent of Bitcoin, all these crypto YouTubers came on, okay? And to be a crypto YouTuber, what you have to do is you have to be a cheerleader for Bitcoin. There's no such thing as actual analysis. In fact, they've sort of structured the whole thing against hearing any logic. They bury their heads in the sand, and they have a word. If you say anything negative about their beloved Bitcoin, they call it FUD, F-U-D, FUD. And so, say anything about negative about crypto or Bitcoin, and they just unsubscribe from you, and they only subscribe, most people only subscribe to channels that cheerlead Bitcoin. You know, the higher you say Bitcoin is going to, the more subscribers you get. And, you know, I'm fortunately free of worrying about people unsubscribing because they don't like what I have to say about Bitcoin, because most people who are subscribed to my channel actually are independent thinkers, and they're not just caught up in the Bitcoin hoopla. I predicted a few months ago that Bitcoin would never see 15,000 again, and I stand by that. And, you know, people love to say with Bitcoin that it's this great new technology and that Bitcoin is going to take over everything. And, you know, these people who are talking about this great new technology, I'd be willing to go along with them on that if it was like some guy who had a great technology blog that discussed like the payment options blogger, and he was first to cover the PayPal coverage when PayPal first came out, and then he was real excited when the check was invented for banks, and then when the debit card came out, you know, it was a huge day for him. And now, you know, Bitcoin came out as a new payment, and this is great. But that's not what these people are. These are people who want something for nothing. They're speculating. They got in. The average person got into Bitcoin or these cryptocurrencies to make a quick buck. And they'll deny it and say, look, no, they're visionaries. But people got in, they experienced making a quick buck in like November and December, and for a little while it worked. That people said, oh, you should sell it, and then they said, no, I'm not going to sell it, and then it went higher. That worked for a brief period of time, and then that brief period of time was over, and they've been sucking wind ever since. Stuff's been going sideways. And what's the fundamental problem? Well, one of the fundamental problems is the kind of investor involved here. People, if you bought Bitcoin at 10,000, you're looking to make a quick buck. These people are not experienced investors that are willing to stay the course, and even if they were willing to stay the course, what's the actual value of a Bitcoin coin? Okay, what's the value of it? Now you could say, what's the value of gold too? It's just a shiny colored metal. It's a beautiful shiny colored metal, but it doesn't have too much value. But it stayed very valuable for a long period of time. Gold, they say that gold, for an ounce of gold, you could buy either a really nice suit or a horse. And that's remained constant for an ounce of gold. 100 years ago, for an ounce of gold, you could have bought a really nice suit or a horse. And nowadays, for an ounce of gold, you could buy a really nice suit or a horse. So it's been a store of value and proven over time again. And I think it's a little bit cocky for people to come in and say, well, Bitcoin's the next one of those. It's gold 2.0, which is what the Winklevoss twins, highly respected, are saying. I think it's a little bit early innings to compare it to gold that's been around for thousands of years. There's no shiny metal here. In fact, there's nothing at all tangible that you can hold. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. It's not like even silver you can do stuff with. I mean, silver you can actually make pieces for electronics with, that sort of thing. But Bitcoin, yeah, the technology is interesting. But if you think about it now, Bitcoin, how long does it take to make a transaction with Bitcoin? Takes like between a half an hour and 45 minutes to make a transaction. So how is that better than a credit card that takes 2 seconds? Well, it's decentralized. Well, that's great, but are the governments of the world really going to allow? It's like we're all taking on the governments with Bitcoin. Okay, well, I don't have any drug deals to make today that I need to hide from the government, and centralized stuff seems to be working okay for me. So you'd have me believe that a bunch of 20-something guys, all of a sudden are interested in decentralizing the banking world. No, that's not it at all. It's people want something for nothing. They want to... of course, you're making, you're putting money at risk, so that's doing something. But what's the fundamentals behind Bitcoin? I mean, I understand that blockchain technology is an interesting technology, but what differentiates Bitcoin from all these other coins? Well, right now it has a higher value, but you would think that it would go into equilibrium with these other ones at some point. So, people can knock me down and, downvote me. I doubt people even downvote me, though, because I don't have a bunch of crypto people in my audience, really. I mean, I have some people that like crypto, but the people I do know that like crypto understand my views on it. And, if you really believe in something, you should be able to accept that other people don't, and you should be able to hear and discuss and defend rationally your view, other people's view against it. That's not what these people want. They don't want to hear your other view. They just want to bury their heads in the sand and keep saying, oh, yeah, Bitcoin's going to 1 million. Oh, yeah, Bitcoin's going to 100,000. And YouTubers are afraid to say it's not because they're afraid to lose subscribers. Okay, well, I'm here to bring you the truth. So I'm hoping to gain subscribers by telling the truth and being a unique, independent voice. and to bring you some of the best interviews around, which is my primary function. So, the short vol trade right now, not working so well. But the good news is it will be back. Bitcoin and these altcoins, I don't know if they're coming back. And I think a lot of these crypto YouTubers are gonna, they're gonna have to like change their channel to something else, like the next big trend. What will the next big trend be? I'm not sure, but that's what they'll have to change their channels to, because the crypto world is kind of dying. That BitConnect debacle really kind of hurt things. A lot of people have gotten burned. People said, okay, I'm diversifying, and instead of diversifying into, like, I don't know, maybe a Bitcoin guy who made $1 zillion in Bitcoin might have been smart to maybe buy a little, I don't know, S&P 500, maybe a little gold. I don't know, whatever you want. Maybe buy some corn futures. But no, the diversification that was preached by all these crypto channels that don't know what they're talking about was, no, you should buy other altcoins like Bitcoin. Buy other crypto. That's the way to diversify. So your average channel that has crypto, these guys bought more crypto. And so when Bitcoin went down, all the other ones went down. So it wasn't diversifying at all. It was actually just concentrating. And yeah, it worked for about 2 seconds. I remember, people, Ripple, all of a sudden it went from 25 cents to like 50 cents to $1.75 to $3. And it was everybody was so excited. And then now it's back down to like 22 cents again. And nothing's going on. But these guys preach, oh, you can't say anything negative. Once again, if you have something that makes total sense, you should be willing to defend it, and you should allow it to be exposed to critical thinking. When people won't allow what they say to be exposed to critical thinking and they're not willing to debate it, you have to be suspicious. And people should have been suspicious right away of Bitcoin. It's kind of like when you see those guys, it's like they're brand new traders, because they exhibit a lot of the features of somebody who just started trading. Like they'll do stuff on feelings. Oh, I felt like it was going up today, or I felt like it was going down. They study basic technical analysis. A lot of things that new traders do. So hang in there, my short vol friends. Our day will come again. Things are ugly right now, but this train will turn around. Patience. Like Warren Buffett says, patience. The market will come back, and the short vol trade will come back. Wait it out. No reason to jump in real short here. If you just follow the principle of not getting short until we're back in contango, then I think you'll be a-okay. The one thing that you don't really, I worry that people are going to do is, oh, I lost money being short vol, so I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start getting long a lot of vol coming into these moves. Now, that's worked a little bit for some people. That may work for a little while, but if you're going to get long vol, like I've said to another couple people today, keep an eye on that term structure. When the term structure is like it is now, with the VIX spot way above the futures are predicting the future. And right now they're predicting the future of vol being lower where it is now. That's what it means when the futures are below the spot. So if the futures are predicting the future for vol to be lower, it's probably not a great time to load up on vol. Some people will say that their technical analysis makes more sense than that analysis of the term structure. And they'll point to the fact that, well, technical analysis told me to get long vol, and I got long vol, and tvix went up today, or uvxy went up today. And, more power to you if you made money. That's great. But I don't know if the argument you're making is actually why vol went up. But, there's no way to disprove a you know, the past. So, but thanks for watching, and hang in there, my short vol buddies. Everything is going to be a-okay. Live to trade another day, and I will see you back here soon. Thanks for watching, and hang in there.